Applies poison. Safe cast barrier and channel. Increase damage dealt by 6%. Reduces damage taken by 6. Okay. So this is a tank. Yep. It's a tank. And that's cool. It's just I've already got one of those. And I'm not getting rid of them. So we're just going to move on. Alright. Let's win my lost stream for a minute there. Sorry about that, folks. But we're back now, so we should be alright. Alright. Apply the whole party. Burn this guy. Fireclaw this one down. Alright, and burn kills it. We're good. Okay. Apply a shield over there. Fantastic. Knight this man. Slash him down. That'll do it. Alright. Cool, cool. Bleed stack. Seems good. Alright, let's take care of him. Easy. Easy peasy. Get some rawhide. Fantastic. Alright. Can open up the shortcut. We're gonna need an improved flyer to get to those areas, I think. So we'll come back to this area. Unless we can evolve the dodo birds. We might be able to do that. But, I don't much feel like going all the way back to that tree to do it, so that's gonna wait. In the meantime, we're just gonna keep doing what we do best and burning some dudes down. Okay. These guys are magic damage dealers, so we should take them out first if possible. I think if we land Slash, he should die. Nah, not quite. Dang. Close. Unfortunate. Arcane Ward. Get a shield going. You're gonna voltage this koi. Cool. Then we're just gonna long slash to take these guys out. Perfect. Alright. Shadowgrass that one. Blind him up. Volt that one. Nice. Slash and bash. That blind is so good. What a good move. Perfect. Alright. Okay, so this guy, proof swimming, flying, mount, ice orbs, hidden walls. Alright, nothing exciting. But there is stuff down here, namely this treasure chest. Okay. Yeah, that item. Why don't we just shove that to Leonard? Like, wouldn't that just work better? Like, I'm all about getting better monsters, it's just... I feel like Leonard should just be carrying those sorts of items around on him at all times. In fact, I think everyone should be in this world. Oh, weird. Huh. This area has two entrances, but they both kind of go in the same, like, room? Weird. Buff up the party. Light this man up. Fantastic. And slash and dash. Alright, give this man an arcane shield. Yep, voltage. Perfect. Slash takes man out. Perfect, just enough. Grant a shield here. And this time I think we're actually going to start attacking this one, because the other ones are just tanks anyway. So we take out the target of their tank hits, then it'll be fine. Okay, so that Protect is going to block him once, but if we attack him first, then that man's going to get the blind, which is what we wanted anyway, and then we can voltage this guy down. Fantastic. But yeah, just slash away. Alright. Alright, chat. So, after walking through, I've actually been a little bit sad with Jerry. He's just not doing very much damage. And I feel like if he could convert these sorcery charges into might charges, he'd be in a good spot, but he can't. So I think we should maybe swap Jerry out. We're gonna unequip him. And I think we are just gonna swap him for Mantis. Because Mantis fills the same sort of role. Oh, hey Jin! How's it going? I know! I'm real sad too. So earlier in the stream, we swapped out Whisper for our new buddy Squidward. And the problem is that Squidward is now granting sorcery stacks. And it's so sad because Jerry just keeps being like 20, 30, 50 damage short. And so if he had that skill that could turn sorcery into might, our team would be golden. But he doesn't, and Hornet does. So there's no reason not to, you know? Like, it just makes more sense. Also, hi Jin, how's your night going? Thanks for coming on by again. I haven't had a chance to try him yet. I believe you that he's good. It's actually really funny that you show up right as we start making this change. But, we're gonna try it out. His Dark Shift lets him dual wield. As in, like, 2 weapons? As in, like, you can have 2 weapons on him at the same time? That's insane. But that's actually nutty, because there's some really strong weapons that give crit chance. That's... So? Like, it's still a bonus weapon slot, and the weapon slot's the one that gives by far the biggest buffs. That's still nutty. Yeah, Qatar. Let's build them up, actually, first, and double-check here. So, the entire reason we're switching is this Brawn over Brain, so we're gonna equip that first. We don't need to apply Might. We're gonna have plenty being applied to us. We want this multi-might, though. Yeah. Buffing shield. I don't care about that at all. So out of curiosity, is this character used in competition at all then? Are crit attackers, like, meta at all? I think that multi-bite's worth taking. Okay. Alright. Then we're going to be using the slash primarily, because it does bleed stacks. So grabbing bleed is good. Crit chance up is good. Not really. Let's see if they're doing more mono teams, so all insects. Oh, interesting. Okay. So stuff like, looks like this character doesn't have any, but I know what you mean. Like the goblins, right? Like those sorts of mono teams, or, slimes. Or fish, I guess, are one too. Ah, okay, I see. Makes sense. Mantis does look pretty cool, though. It's got them, those blades for hands, so always fun. Okay, so, slash is going to be our primary way to do damage here. So I think attack mastery is the way to go. Build slash all the way up. Severe cuts. Apply a stack of wound. Don't care about that. Out of curiosity, are they monsters that I've already seen? Or are they, like, more late game stuff? Oh, also, since you missed it earlier, we did end up getting those dodo eggs, and I was so happy, and then got so sad when I didn't care about the monster that I got for it. Was very upsetting. Long slash is still probably good. I like long slash on Jerry, so it's probably worth taking. Oh, really? Okay, cool. I can't wait to see it. This obviously. Man, this monster has so many good tools. It's kind of like Jerry. Jerry had a lot too. This is just good in general. I think these are probably still worth taking. Do these hit everyone, but only for very little? Yeah, Shockhopper just seemed... Honestly, Shockhopper was kind of a letdown. I wouldn't care if Shockhopper was bad, right? Like, bad monsters are bad monsters. It happens. It's not a big deal. But it was mostly just that Shockhopper's boring. Like, it's just a magic attacker that has 2 types, and that was kind of it. It wasn't, like, exciting or anything. I have other magic attackers already. Like, I find them all the time. Let's see. Grants charge stacks. Bounty actually might be good on this monster. That's just good in general. Yeah, this is probably worth building into, too. Shoot, okay, so I'll do that. Sure, and that's fine. I don't need all the monsters to be interesting. I don't mind that there's a few different, like, you know, tanky ones. I don't mind that you have a certain number of, like, niche roles to fill. What bothered me is that they built up that monster as, like, a quest reward, and in-universe, it's a rare monster. Yeah, that's fair. I don't mind that Jack of all trade monsters exist. It's just when you build a monster up, like, in your game to be, like, a rare monster, you should try to make it feel special and different, even if it's bad. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't bother me that that monster exists in the game. Like, if I just found that thing wandering around, wouldn't bother me whatsoever. There's plenty of monsters that I will never look at again that don't bother me. But they're also not quest rewards. They're just kind of monsters that are in the game. Is it shiny? It really isn't. It's just kind of blue. It has the little gem that glows, I guess. That's true. That might be really good to grab. Yeah, okay. That might be good late game. I think this is pretty key, though. And critical edge? That's fine, I guess. Unfortunately, there's not actually too much here that I actually want. Bounty, double bounty might be good. But armor bypass is very strong, and I think it's probably worth going after. Yeah, okay. Like on its little gem thing, right? Is that what you're talking about? That's what I remember on it. Oh, it does. It kind of like goes up its whole body. Interesting. Heroism? I thought that only affected... Oh, that's true. Yeah, and it can multi-stack too. Good point. Because that's the entire point of Squidward. Heroic Defense might be worth taking too, because it doesn't have a lot of its own staying power. But I think the Splatter might be kind of key. And mana upkeep will eventually be really good as well. So we'll build into this. We have 2 points left. Buff charging. It applies a buff. It isn't going to be applying buffs. Not applying buffs. That might be worth grabbing. If I have extras, I might. Gaining 3 charges all at once is pretty okay. And it's level 23, which means we need to feed it some. Level badges. There we go. In the left tree? Oh, the cross sword perk. It's Killing Dance, so it gains 3 charges when it kills something. It was one of the ones I was considering too. It's mostly, I imagine, good for party-based combat, because against champions this isn't super great. Although the last champion I fought did have 2 subordinates, or second to last champion, whatever, and a couple subordinate goblins. So if there's more champions like that, that might be worth something. I think Critical Edge granting it charges would be good, though. And Bounty seems fun, because monsters will be knocked out fairly commonly. Kind of want these long slashes, though. Then we can just always improve the attack straight up. Thinking I might do just the double attack pluses. Well, +3 is good, though. So I think Killing Dance and an attack plus. And I think we'll go with that. That seems good. Alright. Cool. Squidward has a point. Which I think... Variety isn't really important. This monster's not doing a ton of damage. I'm not too worried about armor break. Reducing all damage to Squidward's probably pretty good, though. Though he hasn't really had much trouble living, because he's immune to physical. So... There's 3% for each debuff on them. I'm not applying a ton of debuffs. I'm mostly using this guy. Yeah, reducing damage might be good. Or just buffing magic. Let's do Sheltered. Sure. Alright. let's, alright. So, where we're at the moment, we are trying to get Leonard out of a hole. So that's fun. He's just, forgot to packing of that item that lets him warp. Thanks for that one, Jin. That would have been a really bad miss going into the first fight. Whoops. Hopefully we would have figured it out pretty quick, but that would have been a little embarrassing. Alright, crit chance and crit damage up is always good. And that's right, this guy gets bonus crit chance too, whenever we equip anything that grants bonus crit chance. Belt's pretty good. Crit chance plus 9. Mana regen plus 8. Crit damage plus 12. I think let's go belt plus 4. Went to a champ fight with a wooden stick. That's perfection. I love it. What nonsense. I love that every monster in this game just comes with a free stick. Like, you clearly see them using swords and what have you, but when they're born, stick. Alright. Oh boy, lever puzzle. Or race, rather. Got it. Unfortunately, didn't see what we actually got, but we got it, whatever it was. Looks like nothing particularly important, so... Oh, another rare seashell. Okay. Alright. No. We found a couple of shifted ones, though. But also, my team was kind of in that stage of transition. So, like, I was less happy with Whisper and Jerry coming into today. So I was waiting to kind of see how tonight played out. To see, you know, what may or may not end up happening. Depending on how Hornet plays out, I might end up doing a Dark Shift. Because you said it gives dual wield, which would be kind of nutty for a crit attacker. So I'll probably end up doing that. But we'll see. I'm just going to make sure it works out first. That's ice, I think. There we go. And this is block pushing. There we go. Azure Gem. Cool. Like, is that weird? Like, you only get a couple of the, shift stones. I think. Yeah, because there's switch zone. Toad's true purpose to push boulders. You're not even wrong. It's by far the worst monster on my team. It's just here because it was my starter and I'd feel bad letting it go during my first run. That's the only reason Ribbon's still around. Also, Ribbon's by far the worst monster on my team for pushing boulders. I don't know if it's just me, but really, I find him awful. I have had no success with Toad at all. Okay, but pushing boulders, like, that doesn't hit the wall. Directly next to it, doesn't hit it. That one does, but if I go over here, that one doesn't, even though it kind of looks like it should. It's such a weird hitbox on this thing. Like, if you're right next to it, you'll just totally miss it. It's kind of annoying. Ooh, chest. Level badge. Is Toad actually good, though? Will it? Because I'm pretty confident I've tried using Toad on like a little ledge where there's a breakable wall, and he didn't break it, but Cat did. But I might be mistaken. But is Toad actually good? One of the best healers in the game. Oh, interesting. Because I just saw he was a split attacker and I kind of started dismissing him. I guess he does have heal over here, and then he has healing wave down this way. I guess because he's also kind of tanky. So, like, you could both tank with him while also healing up your whole party. Interesting. Okay. Dedicated healer for a lot of comp teams. Okay. Alright, alright. So maybe it's more so that I'd have to rebuild him to be a healer. But I've also got enough healers on my team at this point, I think. Ooh, I'm gonna need the flyer for that. Hello, Crab. Hey, thanks for joining the stream. How's it going tonight? Some Yukans and Thornish. Okay. Let's Psychokinesis the whole team up. Let's see how Mantis works out. Then we're going to Voltage the tanks. Then his healing wave works with Cascade. Channel will improve his healing. Each heal wave you do gives a buff to each ally with an extra heal with healing buff. That's pretty nutty. And because it's a full team heal too. That's pretty nice. Huh. Interesting. Gotcha. Huh, okay. So I've just kind of been trying to shoehorn him into the wrong sort of role on the team. I gotcha. Alright, let's take this guy out. Get some charge stacks. Then we're going to Arcane Shield the weak one. Okay. I think we're gonna Voltage this guy out. Okay. That splits his bleed to the rest of the party. That's right with Mantis's ability. That's pretty cool. And then just slash away. Also, we're gonna move this up. His Light Shift will also give a charge stack for each heal too. You can shift your familiars? I didn't expect that. I totally thought that the familiars would just be however they were. I thought they'd be immune to that for some reason. Interesting. Heal up. And then Ignite should take him out. Fantastic. Split those bleeds over. And share the love around. Nice. Start Shadow Grasping. Alright, so far so good. That extra damage on Mantis due to those sorceries turning into mites is really strong. Ooh, Morningstar. Was someone on the team using that? I feel like they were. I guess not. Alright. Skills for Zap. Let's see. Zap was waiting to hit level 30 still. We hit everything on these we want. So we were looking over here, I think at Magic. Yeah, just Magic Plus. Alright. So I think I've decided that after this run, I'm going to do a randomizer run on Master Mode. Once I've completed the game once, because that sounds entertaining. And will also let me use monsters for a longer period of time, I think. Like some of these more late game ones after my team's kind of mostly decided. It'll give me a chance to see some of the late game ones a bit earlier and give me a better chance to use them, I think. Ooh, lots of ways out of this room. Okay. Hello, bird. Ah, there's chests down there. How to get to it, though? Oh, shoot, where'd my flyer go? Oh, right. I moved her down there. Stream is slowing down for you? What's happening here? Same. Getting a lot of bugs.